Hello and welcome to the Economic Times Business Verticals India AI Dialogues brought to you by Kyndryl. I'm Shipra Malhotra, editor with the Economic Times CIO, and joining me for this conversation is Thomas Muthoot John, who is the executive director for Muthoot Microfin and also the founder for Muthoot FinCorp One, which is a digital platform. Welcome, Thomas. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here as well. Thank you.
Welcome. So, if we talk of Muthoot FinCorp, it's a 140-year-old organization, and your business model, of course, was totally physical. It continued to be physical for a very long time. But as you move to phygital, how is AI helping you, gain success in this phygital model?
I think AI has enabled, starting off with how we started off moving into a platform. I think COVID was a very transformative time where we realized that we had to move from a physical business to a phygital business. And AI has enabled us to make our branches more, intelligent. So before a customer reaches our branch, we kind of understand what type of a product he would need, and when he reaches the branch we would know what is his behavior of repayment and all that stuff. And with the platform it has kind of enhanced further that we kind of have an entire behavioral intelligence of the customer, and we can start slowly pitching newer products to these customers as he takes the journey through the platform itself.
Right. And when we talk of financial inclusion, I think AI has been one of the biggest disruptors enabling financial inclusion. So, what is your take on that, and how are you leveraging AI to drive financial inclusion?
So I think majority of our customers are new to credit. Most of them will have a very thin file of any credit being taken, and most of the time they may end up being rejected by other financial institutions or banks, etc. That's where our use of AI comes in, where we kind of looks at more collateral based credit than we moved it to cash flow based or more behavioral repayment behavioral kind of structure, where AI comes and gives us the intelligence that, for example, a rural customer in Bihar or a woman entrepreneur in Karnataka, we can assess credit flow by just assessing their cash flow. And with AI, we kind of adding on of understanding how she repays, how she's been, in that area, how she is, credited, and how is her, trust in that area is being built. I think AI kind of focuses on understanding further and makes our branch and our platform more intelligent for for our staff to kind of reach out to these customers to talk to them and understand, and then they add to the data, and then kind of AI comes into play that for the next time when she comes to our branch or platform, there's a product designed for them exclusively so that she's now taken into the ecosystem and she kind of feels comfortable of interacting with us.
So, these are the customers that perhaps you were not able to reach earlier, and without AI, you would not be able to reach out to
Yeah,
them.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, see, we feel that the first to credit kind of customers are still out there, and with cash flow products or QR based lending, we feel that we can go even further from our physical branches and go reach really rural customers, and where I think normally without AI or without technology in place, we may not be able to reach these customers.
Right. And when we talk of AI, there are different pillars. There's, of course, the technology part of it. There are the business use cases also that you spoke about. But there's a very important and critical part, which is the cultural change. And that is very critical to the success of AI. So, how are you addressing that cultural aspect of the whole transformation, especially like we said, it's a 140-year-old organization, and the cultural change has been completely different.
See, I think it's 90% culture, 10% technology, I feel. Because, see, when you talk about AI, people have a perception that it's a job killer, and, it kind of creates a sense of fear. Uh, so and we keep hearing CEOs and founders talking about AI being implemented in all sense and things. right? But I feel AI should be used in a very customized, in a company particular use cases. It can't be bought out of a rack and used. And I've seen over the last couple of years, we have seen many people just taking AI and implementing it, may not work out properly. Some cases it works, but I think as we go ahead and as we as an organization and as the country kind of matures itself in the use of AI, I feel more customization of AI to particular use cases of companies are coming up. And and it kind of starts with a lot of democratization of AI as well. Like for example, if an employee is to use it, he needs to understand the data he's seeing, right? I think that needs to go down to the last mile for for example, an FOS or a branch manager or an area manager to kind of understand what is he seeing with this particular interpretation of data. And that kind of creates a lot of use cases for them to pitch further products to customers. And if you take also, we look at as a platform, we look at sandboxing and experimentation with AI or AI vendors who are coming to us, and we kind of do customized experimentation to what our use cases are, and we kind of use them to kind of understand and create newer experiences and understanding, right? And more importantly, I think from a culture perspective, it needs to flow into the last mile employee, that it's not a job killer, it's a job enabler. For example, I look at it from a perception that, and I keep telling my team as well, it needs to be making them. For example, how do we use AI? We can be using it for interpretation, for enhancing our capabilities, knowledge, etc. I feel this should be used, and especially at an enterprise level, it should be used as a superhuman capabilities for example, our team on ground. Like when they go to a customer, they should be feeling that they have already knowing these customers, and the data are right there with them in front of them, right? So that kind of creates a lot of, and that kind of goes up. It should be a bottoms up kind of evolution, that at the top level also it should look at from a strategic, from a execution level, that and that's where I was just talking about customization of particular use cases of a
Yeah.
company, which will really bring an impact of all the other three things which I was talking about as well.
Right. Like I mentioned earlier, technology is also one pillar of AI success. So, how are you preparing in terms of the data readiness or the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure readiness?
See, I think we are very much ready. I mean, look at it from the platform capability itself. Over the last 3 years, we've been, enhancing our platform. It's moved from a single product or two, I mean, dual product to a multiple product, and then now into a marketplace with close to around 10 million customers. I think the base is already ready. Now what we are trying to do is bringing about AI into particular operational efficiencies, customer interaction efficiencies, compliance and regulatory efficiencies as well. And what I feel going forward, we would want to use AI in more last mile impact kind of use cases, where it can be collections. We've already started collections, but I feel more onto the behavioral side, where we kind of understand more into the repayment structure of a particular individual, and we kind of create a persona of those customers to start you know designing products by these internal agentic AIs to kind of create products before they come to the platform for interaction.
Great. Thank you so much, Thomas, for sharing. How AI is not only helping you with financial inclusion, but also with making impact at the last mile.
Absolutely. I think just to add to the last point, I think 140-year-old organization moving from a legacy, from a physical to a digital to a AI powered experience from an experience based organization to an experience plus intelligence based organization is the way forward we look at. And thank you so
Yeah,
much.
that was very well summarized by you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
It was
much.
a pleasure talking
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.